Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse 7 Soldiers of Victory Shining Knight. This is a Platinum Chase variant, and it's part of the newest wave that's being found at Walmart stores. I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Corey for finding this for me at Walmart. I've been shopping at the Corey Mart. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 Moon parts, McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus, DC Multiverse Shining Knight, McFarlane Platinum Edition. A Platinum figure is made in fewer numbers and is a little bit harder to find. Here she is in the package. She has a sword, display stand, and collector's card. One side of the package, Shining Knight from 7 Soldiers of Victory. Other side, Shining Knight. At the bottom, there's her barcode if that helps anybody. And in the back, here she is posed up with her sword. So with no further ado, let's open her up. Alright, now that we have this figure out of the package, here she is with all her accessories laid out. We have a display stand, a collector's card, and a large sword. Before I take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is the Shining Knight. Her origin is kind of confusing. She's been a bunch of different characters over the years. Justin, Sir Justin, and the Shining Knight. She's immortal. She once drank from the Holy Grail. She was present during Merlin's birth, and has been around for a really long time. She's currently the Shining Knight. Her origin is extremely confusing. She's a member of the 7 Soldiers of Victory, which is a group of unconnected people that inadvertently came together to defeat some different various enemies. That team, at least the one that she's part of, consists of Bulleteer, Frankenstein, Clarion, Manhattan Guardian, Mr. Miracle, and then the Shining Knight. Her abilities include superhuman physical strength, slowed aging, she's a skilled swordsman, martial artist master, and she's been members of the Knights of the Round Table, the Justice Society of America, 7 Soldiers of Victory, and the Justice League. So let's take a look. Starting with the face here, it looks pretty good. Very unique looking helmet, and it's sculpted nicely, painted nicely as well. It's got a red diamond in the middle, and it's done in gold. The body looks to be the Flashpoint Wonder Woman, but we'll check that out later in the video. Interesting kind of bird-like logo on her chest here. Double jointed elbows. Think double jointed knees. Red cape. Pretty much a gold outfit with a red cape, and it looks pretty cool. I'm not familiar with the character. She strikes me as a Wonder Woman villain, but that's not what she is. And a closer look at her face and head sculpt. That helmet's pretty cool. Now for her accessories. Starting off with a display stand. Typical McFarlane display stand we've seen countless times before. Now for her collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of the Shining Knight. Shining Knight from 7 Soldiers of Victory. On the back, there is a description, and it is very confusing. If you want to read that, pause now. Now let's look at her sword. It's a very large sword. Nice sculpting detail on the handle. Another red diamond similar to the one on her forehead. And the blade looks good. Mine's a little bit bent from the packaging. Easy fix. Like I said, really easy to fix. Just use some heat, let it cool off straight, and bam, good to go. The sword does look familiar. I think it came with one of the previous Wonder Woman figures. Here's the Shining Knight, holding that sword. Now I want to check out the reuse between Shining Knight and the Flashpoint Wonder Woman. Obviously, their heads are totally different. They have the same shoulder pads. The overlay here looks to be the same, maybe altered a little bit for her. She's got additional belts and some textured part down here, so they probably go a different overlay. Same arms, a little bit different hands, and everything's the same from the waist down. They even have the same cape. Now that I've taken a pretty good look at the figure and her accessories, let's check out her height. From bottom to the top of her head, standing about 7.2 inches tall. We're going to translate to just over 18 centimeters. And if you go to the top of the horns on the helmet, about 7.5 inches tall. And for her articulation, starting with her head, of course you're going to rotate side to side. She can look up, not much, down at least a little bit. Tilt her head from one side to the other. Shoulders on the ball joint goes out 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. Bicep cut, double jointed elbows. Her wrist can rotate, and it's hinged as well. There's a soft goods overlay on top of the torso. Any articulation underneath is pretty much useless. There is a ball joint in the waist. Rotate around, forward and back. Legs, almost complete as splits. McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation is minimal, almost non-existent. Legs go forward about that far. Back, not much. Looks like single jointed knees. There's rotation there as well. And then the ankles. Forward and back a little bit. Rotate. Not really tilt rock. To articulation. She can be a bitch to stand up, just to forewarn you. If you get those feet right, keep them that way. Here's Shining Knight, drinking from the Holy Grail, securing her immortality. Here's the Shining Knight, yielding her sword in a castle-type setting. Now let's check her out, next to some other action figures. I don't have any other Shining Knight figures, and honestly, I don't even think they've made any other Shining Knight figures. I only have one other member of the 7 Soldiers of Victory that I can think of, and that particular one is Frankenstein. I don't recognize most of the names on the teams she was in. I think it was in the New 52, but I could definitely see them doing a Mr. Miracle. And here she is, next to a couple of Wonder Woman figures. I could see her maybe being a Wonder Woman adversary, or you could always use her as an Amazon. And since this Cyborg Superman is a Platinum Chase variant, I wanted to take a look at all the different McFarlane DC Multiverse Platinum Chase variants out there. Here are all the sort of older Platinum Chase variants. Gold, bronze, unpainted, and then some newer versions. And here are all the recent release Platinum Chase variants. I have quite a few, but there's still quite a bit I'm missing as well. I'm currently looking for 1 Collector's Edition Red Hood, 1 Collector's Edition Ragman, 2 Collector's Edition Clock Kings, 2 Collector's Edition Dark Knight Returns Batman, 2 Collector's Edition Huntress, 2 Collector's Edition Green Lantern Corps figures, 1 Jonah Hex, 2 Page Puncher Damian Wayne, 2 Page Puncher Deathstrokes, and 1 effigy. If anybody out there could give me a lead on where I'm able to get one for a reasonable price, or can possibly help me out, it is much appreciated. Now let's check her out, next to some other recent released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here she is, next to the rest of her wave. Shining Knight and the Question. I'm still looking for effigy. This is the Platinum Chase variants. They've been popping up at Walmart. Here's Shining Knight, next to the DC Rebirth Cyborg and the Dawn of the DC Red Hood. And here she is, next to the Page Punchers, Damian Wayne Robin, and Rebirth Deathstroke. Then, next to the McFarlane Toy Store exclusive, Jonah Hex. And now, with the Michael Go Alfred that came with the Batman Forever Batmobile, and the GameStop exclusive Frostbite Deathstroke. Here's the Shining Knight, next to the 7th wave of McFarlane Collector's Edition figures. We have the New 52 Huntress, the Battle Damage Dark Knight Returns Batman, and a couple of Green Lantern Corps members, Abin Sur and Tomar Ray. And here she is, next to the Batman Forever wave, Collective Build of Nightmare Bat. Then, next to the previous Platinum wave, the Flash movie Ben Affleck Batman, Bullseye Batman, Batman Begins Lucius Fox, and Hugo Strange's Batman. And now, with the most recent Batman wave, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the Batman Reborn Dick Grayson Batman, the Adam West Batman, and the World's Finest Fusion Batman Superman. And finally, next to the 6th wave of Collector's Edition figures, Red Hood, Clock King, Ragman, and Agent Liberty. Now let's check her out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how she fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you don't know which lines you can mix her with. Since she's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work way smaller. But first, let's check her out with some of her McFarlane Toys brothers and sisters. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale, and now, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures, and some Diamond Select toys. Here she is, next to some foam packing material, and here she is, next to some DC Direct and NECA figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures, and now, with some Mezco and Mattel DC figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends, and finally, with some SH Figure Arts and Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, the Shining Knight is a cool figure. She looks good, the gold armor, the helmet, but honestly, I've never even heard of the Shining Knight, and I'm a pretty big expert at DC Comics. I had to look it up, and that doesn't mean I hate the figure or anything. It's a lot of reuse from the Flashpoint Wonder Woman, and I think it actually works pretty good for this character. I looked at pictures of her, and I have no problem with the reuse. My problem is, this is a character I didn't even know about, I didn't need a figure of, and even after reading, I still don't understand her origin, and I still don't feel like I need a figure of her. But I am happy to get all the different obscure characters, and I hope they do more and more obscure characters. If making them Platinum Chase variants is the only way to get these out, then keep it up. If I were to rate the figure, her accessories, a little on the disappointing side. She has this giant sword, which is cool, but nothing else. Sculpt and paint job, it's actually pretty nice. Articulation, a little bit more limited than I'd like, but not horrible. She has seal jointed knees, and really nothing going on in the torso area. If I were to rate this figure, I'm probably going to give her a 6 out of 10. I mean, she looks good, but I'm just really not excited for this figure at all. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add it in the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.